Greetings and salutations, this is Shelly Cat, and welcome back to Dream Daddy. We're still finishing up our endings here. I might redo Brian's ending, or Brian's whole route, because I think it might be more than just one day that affects it. But anyway. Yeah. Let's pick another daddy.
Welcome. You've got
So,
Dad.
Craig's done, Brian's done, Joseph's done. Go with Robert. Because I think there's more to his story and I want to know the rest. I want to know his final chapter, so to speak. I haven't spoken to Robert since that night we drove out to his thinking spot. He seemed unusually somber then. Like, more so than the usual amount of somber that Robert is, which is already a lot. I've been thinking about him, and I hope he's doing okay, but I've been a little reluctant to reach out to him. Why? Chris. Hey, Chris. Guess who's getting the drink on tonight? Yeah, take a look at my dadbook messages. There's a flurry of them from Robert. Guess. It's you. Also me, but mostly you. Yeah, dude. Let's head back to Robert. Robert, buddy, tonight we ride. Yes. Made me a Jim and Kim's at 8. Not that I'm unappreciative, but I think this is the first time that Robert's given me more than an hour's warning before hanging out. That's true. Amanda! Amanda pops her head into the hallway, music I didn't recognize blaring from her room.
Oh.
What's up? I'm hanging out with Robert later tonight. Okay, cool. Robert, who is my friend. I have friends. I'm happy for you, Dad. People enjoy my company, Amanda.
Ugh.
Dad, I'm so happy for your continued development as a human being. What are you listening to? Sad stuff. Wow. And language sad stuff, sweetie.
Ugh.
Holy stuff. Lay off me, Pops. Amanda goes back into her, turns the volume on her sad stuff. Okay. I put on my going out coat, which you never do, and walk over to Jim and Kim's. I spot Robert leaning against the brick wall smoking a cigarette. As I get closer, I realize he looks a little different. Cleaner, I guess. It actually seems like he combed his hair and his clothes are less wrinkled than usual. Hey. Hey. You take a shower just for me? I'm working on my relationship with existence. We both stand there for a second and don't say anything. Robert finishes his cigarette and abruptly goes inside. I follow him. By the time I get inside, Robert's already at the bar ordering 2 whiskeys. I spot a booth in the back and claim it for us. Robert slides in and hands me a glass. To us. Here's to us and all the property damage and petty larceny that we may commit tonight. We drink clink whiskeys and I watch him sip his rather than his traditional approach of slamming the whiskey back as quickly as possible. So what's the plan for tonight? Hit some other bars, maybe grab some pizza. I think that'll kill some time before we go burn down the old abandoned house in the woods. It's definitely not as fun if it's abandoned. Oh god, will you go away? Mary pops over the back of the booth, glass of wine in her hand. She punches Robert in the shoulder. Where was my phone call?
There.
Sorry, figured you were busy sinking your teeth into some poor sap. I am. He's right here. I look around the booth to see a guy sitting across from her. He waves meekly.
Ugh.
You're replacing me with a new kid? Mary, I could never replace you, whether I wanted to or not. Mary leaves her booth and slides in next to Robert. Go away, leech. The guy she was sitting with looks mildly relieved. She eyes Robert's clean pressed clothes and up and down suspiciously. What, you got a court date coming up? He'd never convinced the jury. He would have had to shave first. Seriously though, what's up with you? Robert stares down at his drink, suddenly looking serious. It's Pappy. Doctors say it's cirrhosis of the liver. Told that old bag of bones to quit it with the sauce, but it's all he's ever known, especially since Mom's gone. Oh. That's why I invited you out tonight, just didn't want to be alone. Oh, come on. Chris, don't be an asshole. You know the one thing Robert doesn't joke about is his Pappy. Whoops. They're giving him 2 months. I gotta help him straighten out his affairs. Robert, I'm so sorry. Robert takes a long look at his whiskey, eyeing it in the dim glow of the bar's lights. I look at his life, then I look at mine, and I know history is just doomed to repeat itself. Oh my god. I'm just kidding. He's retired with his new girlfriend in Acapulco. I hate you sometimes, man. They watch the sunset every night. Probably screw like donkeys. Wait, aren't rabbits the ones who screw a lot? Oh, sorry, didn't realize you were an expert on which animals screw a lot.
Give it a rest, buddy.
Please stop saying the word screw. Robert finishes his drink and slides it away from him. He gets up out of the booth. Me and Chris are gonna hit the bricks. You coming with? Mary casts one last glance at the sad sap she's been hunting and downs the rest of her wine in one gulp.
Ah.
This place is dead anyway.
Ah.
Why do we need a third wheel? Like, seriously. Go home and deal with your marriage problems. We exit the bar and find the typically empty street filled with a small crowd of people. At the front is a guy with a really deliberate attitude and bad posture. He carries a lantern that he shines up on his face for a dramatic effect. What? What's going on? Looks like it's one of those walking ghost tours. They do it in this part of the town all the time. I always wanted to do one of those. You know, all the stories are fake, right?
Oh.
Pretty much all of my stories are fake. This is research.
Hey.
Robert makes a beeline towards the back of the group. Turns around and he notices that I'm not following him. Come on! We can't just crash it, can we?
Oh.
Don't be such a square, Chris. Just act like you belong. Robert sidles up to the tour group. I reluctantly follow a step behind him. Well, here goes nothing. Hey, oh no! It was in this place in 1694 that the most infamous witch trials were held. No, they weren't. To date, we do not know if the people burnt at the stake were actually witches, but it's widely reported that their ghosts still haunt the hapless Diabar to this very day. It was actually 1692.
Whoa.
What? And the site was over by the coffee shop down the road. I'm sorry, who are you? Daniel McSturgis Ghost to Story. And this is my colleague, Dr. I don't know. Dr. Loomis, paranormal investigator extraordinaire. We're touring America's most haunted locations as research for our new book. You may have seen our guest cameo on Paranormal House Hunters Extreme Edition. I would watch that show, no lie. A couple of people in the group start nodding. Man, Robert's good at this.
I'm so sad.
Are you guys part of the group? I don't remember seeing you at the first stop. We like to keep a low profile. Easier to catch ghosts that way.
Oh.
They've definitely been here. Been sitting next to them the whole time. Thank you, random lady who I do not know. As I was saying, the epicenter of paranormal activity can be found at the Coffee Spoon over there. The man who runs it has been plagued by hauntings since he signed the lease. Damn near driven him mad. But whatever you want to say is cool, I guess. It's your tour. Man, didn't know that about Matt. Wait, Robert's making this up. The rest of the tour group listens intently to Robert's every word. I think the tour guide can tell when he's losing the group. He seems to be getting flustered.
Nice.
Thank you for your contribution and knowledge, Mr. McSturgis. Let's move on to the next haunted location. Robert, Mary, and I follow the group down the street. That tour guide shirt is cool. Yeah, everyone in the group gets one if we make it to the final location. I turn to Robin and grab him by the shoulders. I need that t-shirt. Well, guess we're in this for the long haul then. Just follow my lead, don't arouse too much suspicion, and we'll have cool ghost shirts in no time. I want to do a haunted tour. I know they're baloney, but still, fun. That's a beautiful house. I want to build that house in The Sims. I need more of a floor plan than that, though. Our group arrives at an old, decrepit, colonial-style house.
Nice.
Quick pause in the tour. My name is Quinn, but most of the people on the ghost tour circuit call me Torment. No, they don't. No, you're not.
That's the good stuff.
I do private ghost hunting events, birthday parties, MC bar mitzvahs, and perform traditional no vaudevillian mine work? Why? Tour Master Quinn gives out headshots to all of us. His resume is on the back. Stage combat experience. Anyway, here's a little bit of history for you all. This was the home of noted American author Dorothy Pembridge, whose prose was wildly popular in the late 19th century. It was in the attic of this very home where she wrote such classics as The Diaries of a Victorian Mistress, Lady Fitzwilliam's Courtship, and The Ghost of Sea Captain Reginald Barkley? Somehow I don't think so. She unfortunately died of consumption shortly after the turn of the century, but several people have reported that on some nights you can see a light in the attic where the ghost of Miss Pembridge continues to work on her latest bestseller. I guess you could say that she was consumed by her work.
I am so sad.
Yes, you are.
I am sad.
There is no reaction from the crowd. This guy needs to work on his dad jokes. Actually, consumption is a popular cover-up. Little known fact is that it was murder-suicide.
Hey!
I'm pretty sure she died of consumption. Sure. We definitely didn't hire Stanley Kubrick to elaborately fake the moon landing. That's the watered-down, censored version they teach you in school. But if you can handle the real story, I understand. It's not for the faint of heart. Can we... I think everyone would much rather hear what this world-renowned ghost historian has to say, right everybody?
Hey.
The group murmurs in agreement.
Oh.
This is a topic we cover extensively in our book. Dr. Loomis, would you care to tell this story? Oh no. Go with something I know. In the 19th century, Dorothy Pembridge is credited for protecting New York City from potentially world-ending paranormal forces. Despite her success, her ragtag group of ghost hunters was disbanded by government officials. However, after learning that the ghost of Vigo the Carpathian has taken an interest in her son and her ghost-busting friends, launched a mission to defeat the ghost and once again save New York City. Hey, isn't... Nope, it's not. The tour guide sees this as an opportunity to take back the group and address his host with... I can't talk. You can read. What an interesting story! Now, I want everyone to know that the next location is extremely terrifying. If anyone thinks they can't handle it, feel free to excuse yourselves. Where are we going? Alright, I'm bored. Mary turns to a young guy looking at his phone and taps him on the shoulder. Hey kid, fancy buying a gal a drink? The guy looks up at her and smiles. Only if the bar is haunted. Honey, I can show you the most haunted place in town. I think I could exorcise your demons, if that's what you're looking for. Don't write checks you can't cash, kid. His eyes go wide. Mary salutes me and Robert. She suddenly pulls me into a hug and murmurs into my ear. When you've known Rob for as long as I have, you know when something's wrong. Keep an eye on him for me tonight, okay? Sure. Good man. Mary passes me on the back and pulls away. She takes the guy's hand and leads him down the street.
Hey.
Take it sleazy, fellas. God help that poor soul. Mary or the kid? Both.
Oh.
Both, yeah. Oh, it's this place. Oh, I have a bad feeling about this place. Our last stop. This burial ground is such a hotbed of horrifying paranormal activity that I'm not even sure where to begin. There's the wailing ghost of the Wharfman, the vampire of Maple Bay, that would be Damien. The children of the moonlight. What about the Dover ghost? By this point, the tour guide is clearly irritated with us.
I am.
What about
so
it?
sad.
Oh, nothing. I just think it would be a crime to come all the way out to this cemetery, the actual origin of one of New England's most notorious paranormal entities, and not even mention the infamous Dover ghost. That's not a real thing. That is absolutely not a real thing. I think someone needs to brush up on their paranormal history. I know tons about paranormal history. I know every ghost story in this area. I can guarantee there's one you don't know. Robert looks over at me and smiles. Would you folks care to hear the tale of how Loomis and I met?
Alright.
Nope. The entire group shushes the tour guide.
Oh, man.
Okay, fine, tell the story. Well, it was a dark and stormy night. It wasn't always a paranormal investigator.
Hey.
Way back when, I was just
Hey.
Oh god. I hate so many choices. How about... I don't know. A carnival barker, living free and easy with the circus folk. They were always kind to me, took me when I was young. But I knew I wanted something more. I happened upon the quiet town of Maple Bay by accident, but little did I know that the city has a dark side. Now, about the same time, I was just starting out as an apprentice to a rather famous ghost hunter who was an old family friend of mine. I carried the equipment, operated the EVP machine, all that. Wait.
Oh?
Yes? Who was a famous ghost hunter? Well, I don't like to name drop, but Georgia Mathers. Tour group gasps.
Bang bang.
Georgia Mathers? She's a legend. I don't know how to pronounce that. You know her?
Oh?
Knew her. Amazing woman. Died mysteriously. Miss you, Georgie.
Hey.
Anyway, we were in Maple Bay investigating some reports of strange lights and sounds coming from the cemetery late at night. Now, we had been warned by the old crypt keeper that this place was highly dangerous, but Georgia was never one to shy away from an adventure. We camped out in the center of the cemetery for 3 nights straight. We endured your so-called wailing watchman. Wailing ghost of the wharfman. Whatever. Your stupid vampire was just a teenager in a mask. Okay, so maybe it wasn't Damien. But the Dover ghost? Man, tell him, Loomis.
Hey.
So, there I was, just walking back to my hotel after a long day of... oh god. Running the dunk tank, okay. I had finally worked my way from ticket taker to dunk tank technician. I sat on that stand for hours on end and nobody could ever hit the target. Trade secret, it was rigged. We didn't use actual water. Anyway, after a long day of yelling myself hoarse, I found myself walking past this very cemetery. Now, I was never a very superstitious man, but something seemed off. I could hear some sort of commotion happening deep within the graveyard, and I felt compelled to investigate. And thank God you did. Georgia and I were conducting a seance in the mausoleum. At first, things were pretty normal, but after about an hour, everything went south. Playing back the EVP meter, we were able to hear a single word. Run.
Hey.
The air suddenly went cold. Something was very, very wrong. I just knew we weren't alone. We started to hear this faint, distant scraping noise, like something being dragged across the ground. It got louder and louder until it was deafening, some kind of demented howl. And then I felt it. Something, grabbed my ankle. That actually happened to me in a haunted house once. I hate to interrupt Robert's amazing story, but I was my best friend, and we were doing a tour of the Lewisburg Haunted Cave. It's in Ohio. Awesome place, by the way. And I'd done it before, and it was no big deal. I mean, I love haunted houses. They're one of my favorite things about the Halloween season. So we're doing the tour, and it's pitch black, and there's this section in the cave where a portion of it is underwater, and there's a bridge. You cross the bridge to continue on the haunted house deal. And when I crossed that bridge, I kid you not, someone was actually in the water, and they literally, no joke, reached out of the water, grabbed my ankle in that haunted house. It was the only thing that actually spooked me, because it was completely unexpected. I mean, I never would have imagined they would have someone in that water, because it was cold and dark. I mean, we're talking October here, in a cave. Not a warm place to be, not warm water. That's dedication. Or maybe it was something non-human. I actually never thought about that before. Because, I mean, it's a haunted house. You don't expect there to be any real ghosts in there. Huh. Robert has the whole crowd hook, line, and sinker. You could hear a pin drop. I've only cried twice in my life. Once was at the birth of my daughter. The other was when that thing started dragging me. I wasn't sure where it was taking me, but I knew it was no place I wanted to go. I was sure I was going to die. The moment I crossed the gate into the cemetery, I heard this god-awful screeching. I ran into the mausoleum just in time to see a man being pulled across the floor by... God, to this day, the mere thought of it ties my stomach into knots. It looked like a man, but like... Glance at Robert. Like someone who didn't know what a man was supposed to look like tried to put one together. That's a very, very common way to describe a monster. The arms were too long, its eyes glowed red, it was like a walking shadow. What did I do? What any good person would do. I lunged for... Shoot, what was his fake name again? Oh my god. What was his fake name again? Shoot! Give me a second. Is it David? David. Daniel. Okay. Okay. Load that real quick. Daniel. Daniel grabbed his hand and entered into a tug-of-war with the unholiest of forces. I thought I was going to be torn in half. But I had God on my side. The pocket Bible I always kept on me fell out of my shirt pocket, and to this day I can remember what passage it opened up to. Capitalize. Capitalize. Oh. Oh my god, why do you give me all these choices? I'm gonna be funny. Austin 316. Rifle stifles laugh behind his hand. With a horrifying growl. That was the right answer. The entity finally relented. Daniel and I collapsed onto the ground, exhausted. We were both covered in blood. That dead creature clawed into my chest, got me real good. Had to get 16 stitches. Robert pulls down the collar of his shirt to reveal a long, wicked scar across his pec, so he does have a scar. And that's how I got this scar. I followed Georgia Mathers to the end of the earth. We faced exorcisms, demons, poltergeists, and threw our equipment across the room, but I had never seen Georgia so scared. She was never the same after that, and neither was I. Watching what happened to Daniel and Georgia shook my faith, but I came out of that experience a better man and a better friend. And we've been brothers ever since. tour group gives us a round of applause as Robert and I share an emotional hug. As he embraces me, I can smell the cologne on his neck. Wow, Robert does clean up good. I find myself lingering a little too long on the hug. Thank you. It's an honor to be able to share our story. Be sure to watch out for our book. Paranormal Excursions of the Supernatural. I saw a demon, the shocking true story of seeing a demon. Robert.
Oh.
Alright, even I can see the holes in that story. Please leave. Okay. This is such a hotbed of activity. Not even sure to start. About the Dover Ghost.
Huh.
Oh, nothing. That's not a real thing. That's absolutely not a real thing. I think someone needs to brush up on their paranormal history. I know tons about paranormal history. I know every ghost story in this area.
Hi.
I can guarantee there's one you don't know. Robert looks over at me and smiles.
Hi.
Did you folks care to hear the tale of how Luminous and I met?
Big Dan.
Nope. The entire group switches the tour guide. Okay, fine. Tell the story. Well, it was a dark and stormy night. I wasn't always a paranormal investigator.
Oh.
Way back when, I was just a traveling grifter. Moving from town to town, always looking for my next mark. It wasn't an easy life, but I had fun. Taking from the rich, giving to the poor, actually also taking from the poor.
Huh.
I had a shaky moral foundation. I happened upon the quiet town of Maple Bay quite by accident, but little did I know that the city has a dark side. Now, about the same time, I was just starting as an apprentice to a rather famous ghost hunter who was an old family friend of mine. I carried the equipment, operated the EVP machine, all that. Wait. Yes? Who was the famous ghost hunter? Well, I don't like the name drop, but Georgia Mathers. Tour group gasps.
Nice.
Georgia Mathers? She's a legend. You know her? Knew her. Amazing woman. Died mysteriously. Miss you, Georgie. Anyway, we were in Maple Bay investigating some reports on strange lights and sounds coming from the cemetery late at night. Now, we had been warned by the old crypt keeper that this place is highly dangerous, but Georgia was never one to shy away from an adventure. He camped out in the center of the cemetery for 3 nights straight. We endured your so-called wailing watchman, wailing ghost of the wharfman. Whatever. Your stupid vampire was just a teenager in a mask, but the Dover Ghost? Man, tell him, Loomis.
Hey.
So there I was, just walking back to my hotel after a long day of working a couple of short cons. Classic pigeon drop scam, putting out feelers for a rip deal. I was going to steal a baby, probably. Would have made me rich. Found myself walking past this very cemetery. Now, I was never a very superstitious man, but something seemed off. I could hear some sort of commotion happening deep within the graveyard, and I felt compelled to investigate. Thank God you did. George and I were conducting a seance in the mausoleum. At first, things were pretty normal. But after about an hour, everything went south. Playing by the EVP meter, we were able to hear a single word.
Really?
Run.
Hey.
The air suddenly went cold. Something was very, very wrong. I just knew we weren't alone. We had started to hear this faint, distant scraping noise, like something being dragged across the ground. It got louder and louder until it was deafening, some kind of demented howl. And then I felt it. Something, grabbed my ankle. Robert has the whole crowd, hook, line, and sinker. You could hear a pin drop. I've only cried twice in my life. Once at the birth of my daughter. The second one was when that thing started dragging me. I wasn't sure where it was taking me, but I knew it had no place I wanted to go. I was sure I was going to die. The moment I crossed the gate into the cemetery, I heard this god-awful screeching. I ran into the mausoleum just in time to see a man being pulled across the floor by... God, to this day, the mere thought of it ties my stomach into knots. It looked like a man, but like... I glanced at Robert. Like someone who didn't know what a man was supposed to look like tried to put one together. The arms were too long, its eyes glowed red, it was a walking shadow. What did I do? What any good person would do. I lunged for... Shoot, what was his fake name again? It was Daniel. Daniel McSturge. Daniel grabbed his hand and entered into a tug of war with the unholiest of forces. I thought I was going to be torn in half.
Hey.
But I had God on my side. Capital I's. Capital I's. The pocket Bible I always kept on me fell out of my shirt pocket, and to this day I can remember what passage it opened up to. Whoops, wrong button. I need that button. Then shall the dust return to the earth and as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it. I have no idea where Robert pulled that verse from. What a horrifying growl, the entity finally relented. Daniel and I collapsed onto the ground, exhausted. We were both covered in blood. The damn creature clawed into my chest, got me real good. Had to get 16 stitches. Robert pulls down the collar of his shirt to reveal a long, wicked scar across his pecs. And that's how I got this scar. I followed Georgia Mathers to the ends of the earth. We faced exorcisms, demons, poltergeists, and threw our equipment across the room, but I had never seen Georgia so scared. She was never the same after that, and neither was I. Watching what happened to Daniel and Georgia shook my faith, but I came out of the experience a better man and a better friend. And we've been brothers ever since. The tour group gives us a round of applause as Daniel, Robert, and I share an emotional hug. As he embraces me, I can smell the cologne on his neck. Wow, Robert does clean up good. I find myself lingering a little too long on the hug. The tour guide seems to have bought it. Even he's wiping a tear from his eyes. Thank you. It's an honor to be able to share our story. Be sure to watch for our book. Paranormal Excursions of the Supernatural Ice Road Ghost Truckers.
Hey.
Ah!
Well, I think you both definitely earned your t-shirts. The tour guide hands us the coveted t-shirts. He then slips us both into his business card and leans in close.
Ah!
If you guys are ever in need of a professional actor, balloon animal artist, Elvis impersonator, or nude model, please don't hesitate to contact me. You
Hi.
got it, buddy. After a couple of tourists take selfies with us, we split away from the group and walk home. There. That was incredible. I really can't believe they bought all that. I didn't know you had it in you, Chris. Excuse me, Dr. Loomis. That bit about the pocket Bible was aces, although giving the Dover ghost glowing red eyes was a little cliche. And then the Kubrick conspiracy theory bit wasn't? All part of the character. Well, we got the shirts out of it. We arrived in front of Robert's house. Wanna have a drink? Is that even a question? Robert, how long have you known me for? Do you really think I would turn down the opportunity to share a fine alcoholic beverage with my treasured friend and accomplice, Mr. Bobbert Small? If you ever call me Bobbert again, I will kick you right in the shins, both of them. Then you can expect an angry phone call from my orthopedist in the morning. Bobbert. Robert just laughs and starts unlocking his door. My shins have to die and live to die another day.
Hey.
Robert leads me inside. I can't help but think about what Mary said to me. Robert did seem a little bit off, but that completely disappeared when we were joking around with the ghost tour. Cool. I don't know. He's hard to read. He is hard to read. While I'm thinking, I hear claws skirting across the floor. I knew it was his dog. Oh god, it's his pit bull. I'm about to be torn to shreds. I shut my eyes tight and brace for impact. Betsy, hey, be nice! I don't feel anything but tiny paws scratching at my shoes. I open my eyes. There she goes. Betsy? Robert's dog jumps away from me, running around in circles and sniffing Robert's legs. He pats her on the head. Hey, that's not a pit bull. This is the cutest, dumbest Boston Terrier I've ever seen. Betsy, you're not a pit bull? And you weren't taken by the Dover ghost? Betsy's made of tougher stuff than that, ain't you, girl? Betsy rolls over for some well-deserved belly rubs.
Oh.
I just keep a picture of a large pit bull in my wallet in case of emergencies. Comedic emergencies. We make our way to Robert's living room. For a quiet man with arguably the oldest pickup truck that can be legally driven, this place is amazing. There are sleek modern appliances throughout the room with a big flat-screen TV mounted on the wall. That is a huge stick insect. Like, ginormous. He has shelves upon shelves of DVDs. No apostrophe. Guess he wasn't lying about being really into cinema. Pours us both glasses of whiskey from a well-stocked bar in the corner while Betsy curls up on a pile of cushions. So, how did you really get that scar? And don't tell me you got it fishing for Alaskan king crabs in the Bering Sea or something. You trained me too well. Okay, so... Robert laughs and takes a sip of his drink. My daughter and I were riding our bikes. I hit a rock, flew over the handlebars, and then we went to the hospital, and that's it. Not a very interesting story. I've never heard you talk about your daughter. Well, I have one. That's her. Points at a picture on the wall of a very serious little girl with dark eyes. Yep, that's definitely Robert's daughter. How old is she? 25? 26? Not too sure. Wow. Does she live around here?
Whoa.
No, Val lives back home in Brooklyn. Works as some new media online magazine thing. Makes buckets, though. He suddenly seems really serious. I probably shouldn't press him about it. You like Santana? Yes.
Hey.
Great. Robert puts on Santana. Please don't play copyrighted music. Then takes a seat on the couch next to me. He suddenly downs his drink in one gulp. Hey, are you alright? Yeah, I'm gonna have to change this music.
Hi.
Robert leans in and kisses me, the taste of the whiskey burning my lips. I'm surprised at first, but slowly relax into his arms. He pulls away slightly, his lips barely brushing against my mouth. I am now. I can't say anything, at best managing a sigh. Robert leans in again, kissing me harder. He pulls my bottom lip between his teeth and bites it lightly, sliding a hand under my shirt. My heart pounds on my chest as he lies us both down on the couch. He kisses a tail? I don't have a tail. Down my neck, his teeth grazing my skin. I just wait. It's not that. Robert bites down again and I have to stifle a moan. Stop. Robert stiffens up and pulls away. No biting? No, I'm more than okay with that. Something's up. Robert runs a hand through his hair and looks away. I'm fine. I've just been kind of stressed out. Tired. Not a big deal. Okay, and this is, yeah. Push it. Listen, I want this as badly as you do, but I know something's wrong. I need to make sure that you're okay. Robert stares at the ground. You don't know me that well, Chris. I'm not a good person. Takes a deep breath. I spent my whole life only taking and taking and taking, and now here I am, an old broken man sitting on top of a pile of everything I've ever taken, alone. But I want to know you. You don't have to keep hiding behind fake stories and acting like you don't have feelings. It's... He sighs heavily. It's Val. She's visiting tomorrow. She wants to patch things up. Are you... I'm sorry, but is this a bit... No. When was the last time you saw her? 3, 4, I think. Months? No, when she was 3 or 4.
I don't know.
Years. Oh, okay. I sit up straight. Jesus, Robert, what happened between you two? I don't want to talk about it. Robert and I sit in silence, neither of us wanting to look at each other, both of us unsure of what to do next.
Oh.
Fine. Things were already bad between us. I cared about her. I always did. Things just got in the way. And before I knew it, she was leaving for college, wanting nothing to do with me. Marilyn and I moved out here to settle down. We thought it would help to get away from all the distractions, all the money, drinking. But temptation gets to you. I tried to be better, but I just couldn't. And then, the accident changed everything. I think every day about how she must have died hating me. I never became the bitter man that she wanted me to be, the one she always saw in me. Oh my God. She was the last thread Val and I had connecting us together. I didn't know that when I lost my wife, I was going to lose my daughter too. Robert. I spent so much time chasing after things I thought were going to make me happy that I ruined my only real chance at happiness. Now my wife is dead, my daughter hates me. And then I convinced myself that this, he gestures vaguely in my direction, was going to make me happy. Why do I even try anymore? I'm so sorry. I know how hard it is to... No, you don't. How could you possibly know how this feels? You did everything right. Your daughter loves you. You're a good person. I was a terrible husband, and I'm an even worse father. I have no idea why she's even bothering to contact me now. I know I'm just going to mess it up like I always do. I'm broken. I shouldn't even go. Robert puts his head in his hands. Okay. Tell him what he needs to hear. Take Robert's hands in mine. Robert, listen. Life is full of pain. It's okay. You don't have to think about it. Tonight is all that matters. Kiss his hand. Robert returns to my neck, pressing my deep kisses against my throat. He tugs on my shirt. As I'm taking it off, he starts undoing my belt. We make our way to his bedroom. Wow. Yep. That was really... Thank you. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go to sleep and nestle closer to him. And you're gonna go home now. I pull away. Okay. You're serious. Robert stares at me blankly. Okay. I'll see you around, I guess? Wow, just rolls over and pulls the covers over himself, huh? Grabbed my stuff off the floor, throwing the trail of clothes back out of his house. I walk home wondering what the hell happened. The hours tick by as I lie in bed staring at the ceiling. What did I do wrong? I'm wondering the same thing. Okay, so apparently there was a different thing there. Nothing is going to change until you do. Robert pauses. He looks at me. There are a lot of things in my life that I regret, that I wish I could take back or do over, and it hurts so much to know that I can't. But what I can do, and what you have the privilege of doing tomorrow morning, is to wake up and try to be a better person than you were the day before. Things aren't going to fix themselves tomorrow or the next day, and patching things up with Val isn't going to solve all of your problems either. But nothing is going to change if you don't, and you can't love anyone else until you stop hating yourself. And you're right, I don't know you that well, but we have the same capacity for good that you have the same capacity for good that we all have, and I know you can find it. Val is giving you a chance, don't waste it. But, Robert, listen to me, it's gonna be okay. But, I lean over and embrace Robert, pulling him in as tightly as I can. He buries his head in my shoulder, hugging me back. It's gonna be okay. I place a hand on the back of his neck and stroke his hair. He shudders and sobs, and I realize that he's crying. Thank you. We stay there for a while, holding each other. We both eventually drift off to sleep. Aww. That's how you get the better ending for Robert. There it is.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
If it bleeds, we can kill it. Okay. Whatever you say, Robbie. Alright, I knew there was a way to get there, and I found it. Okay, and we've seen this before, so... I walk over to Mary, who is having a lively conversation with Amanda. Listen, kid, you're gonna need some real-life skills out there if you're gonna make it out on the streets. I'm going to college. Same thing. Look, I know you're not old enough to drink. Right. And I know you're smart enough not to drink until you're of legal age. Uh-huh. But hypothetically, if you were to drink, it'd behoove you to drink a glass of water between rounds. She's absolutely right. No one ever believes me when I say this, but she's 100% correct. If you do not believe me, look it up. Got it. Hypothetically. And if you wake up with a headache, all you gotta do is take a jar of pickles and drink the pickle juice. Ew. You're gonna be fine. What's going on here?
Come on.
Girl talk. Mary turns back to Amanda. Now let me tell you about how to deal with a bad roommate. First thing to know, you get straight A's if they die during the semester. Mary! Relax, it's a myth. Supposedly. Against my better judgment, I leave them be. I don't think I recognize the girl by the snack table. I should go say hello. That's his daughter! Hi, I don't think we've met. Oh, we've met. Years ago. And I'm here for my revenge. Wait, what? You're Robert's kid, aren't you? Spot on. I guess that makes you Chris, huh? Yeah, it's nice to meet you. I'm glad Robert brought you along. You promised there would be free food, so it's kind of hard to pass up. And, look, I don't know you, but can I get real with you for a sec? My old man's a real closed book, you know? Me and him, we got a long way to go. You don't erase decades of neglect in a week, but you sure can't get tired of staying angry about it. That kind of bitterness, it poisons you, I think. I'm too young for that. Anyway, lately he's been better. A lot better. And between him shaving for once and how much he talks about you, I get the feeling that you have something to do with it. So, thanks. Robert means a lot to me. I'm glad he's getting better. Just keep an eye on him while I'm not around, okay? Or else. What? I'm kidding. No, or am I? I don't even know why I don't know why I'm like this. I think it runs in the family. Amanda trots up to the conversation. Hey, I love your necklace. And your hair. And just, geez, your whole vibe is cool. Thanks. I like your jacket. My girlfriend collects pins too. Oh, this is my daughter Amanda. Amanda, this is Robert's daughter Val. Nice meeting you. I heard you're a photographer. Aspiring photographer. I'm going to school for it. You take pictures? Yes. Yes? Then you're a photographer. Welcome to the biz. Val hands Amanda a business card. If you're ever looking for internships, shoot me an email. Wow, we got the hookup for our daughter. Anyway, I need to go make friends with that woman over there who's dual-wielding wine glasses. Catch you later. Val walks away. She's so cool. She gave me her business card. She touched my hand. Congrats, you just networked for the first time. I'm a regular business lady now. Quarterly projections, stock market, synergy. While you were making a fortune as a businesswoman, I gotta keep this party going. Catch you around, Pops. And I think everything else is gonna be the same. Okay. I glance over to the back of the yard where Robert is sitting on a bench beneath a cherry blossom tree. He smiles at me. I'll leave you to it. Me and the Emmas are gonna get the ice cream we've had 7 times now. Well, not that many yet. I take a seat next to Robert as the last guests make their way out of the party. Hey. Robert gestures vaguely to the snack table. Good stuff. Yep. So, I had a chance to talk to Val. She physically threatened you? Yeah, that's my girl. She said you've been doing better. Trying to work on the vices. I also showered today. We sit in silence for a moment. You know, every day for me is a battle against my own self-destructive habits. But lately, it's gotten a little easier. Thanks for talking some sense into me. It's hard to get things through my thick skull sometimes, but what you said that night has actually helped. I'm glad. I like you, Chris. I like you a lot. I haven't felt this way about someone in a long time. I lean in and kiss him for a moment before he pulls away. He takes my hand in his. You're special to me. But I have some stuff I need to work on, emotionally, before I can get into anything romantic with you. You deserve better than who I am right now. I need to be on my own for a bit, figure some things out. Aw, okay. Of course. I think what you need right now is a friend, and I'm very happy to be there for you. Yeah, you can read. Thank you. That means a lot to me. And if you're ever ready for more than that, you know where to find me. Let's hunt ghosts sometime? I would love that. Put my head on his shoulder and we watch the sun slowly dip below the horizon together. Okay, so, interesting. Aww. She's a little goody booty. Aww. That's awesome. Alright, one more down and I don't remember how many to go. Oh my god, is that a ghost? Ha! Nah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you later.